Fenlandfisherman, and welcome to another fishing video. Hello and welcome to another video in association with Carp magazines, and yet again you join me back here on the banks of my syndicate water. I mean, it's late February now, and really how could I refuse weather like this? It's 15 degrees and you know it's only about 11 o'clock. The weather is perfect. We've got a lovely light breeze coming into the lake, as well as low pressure and overcast conditions, and it just feels so unbelievably carpy. Oh, there's a bite then. So unbelievably carpy. But you know, there's still a chance we couldn't catch anything. Well, a very high chance. But I'm only down there for a day session today. I've never had much luck on here with day sessions, but you know, there's always room for improvement on that. I'm actually the only one on the lake at the moment. I'm sure that'll change as the day progresses, but I've just had a little wander around the lake and I decided to sit up here even though it's on the tail end of the wind. But I've seen a few fish roll in the area, so that's made me feel a little bit more confident, and I've either had a pickup or a very lengthy line bite on my right hand rod, which I reeled into, and there was nothing there. But you know, I'm going to try and get a bit more of a mobile approach today, because you know, when you're only here for a day session, there's no point in sitting in camp, and you've got to keep moving. And that's really true of all carp fishing, but it's better to do it on a day session. But I'm feeling confident that there are a few fish around the area here in this little corner or bay that I'm in. I'm just going to keep casting around. I'm going to keep my right hand rod pretty constant in the same place. I'll put a bit of bait around there. Not much, because it is still winter. There's a few boilies around there. And I'm going to keep my left hand rod moving. My left hand rod I've just got on a single citrus fizz pop up. I'm just going to keep moving that around, and if I don't get anything on that, I'll change it to a different bait. Maybe I'm changing it to a zig rig. The fish might be up in the water. So, you know, that's what I'm going to keep changing and fiddling about with, and I feel it's good to have one you fiddle about with and one to keep constant. That's the way I work anyway. But yeah, I'm going to keep having a look up the other end, seeing if there's any fish moving. Might even put a bit of bait around there, we'll see what happens. But this is where I am for now, and you know, just lovely to be sitting here. Well, let's just see if we can catch a fish. Well, I just managed to lose one. Couldn't believe it. My own fault really. The rod went off really slowly. Hit it on, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, and literally just thrashed its head a bit, and then foot pull. Like I said, it's probably my fault. I was setting up the camera trying to film the fight, but yeah, I think if I'd been paying a bit more attention to what the fish was doing and I was playing it, I think we probably would have got that fish in. So yeah, don't say I don't sacrifice anything for these videos. Just lost a fish, but not feeling as confident now. I haven't seen any fish move in the area since I've lost it. Quite often I feel, you know, if you've lost a fish in a spot, it's exactly the same as catching one. You know, it's it's spooked off everything else on the spot, and you're gonna find it difficult to get anything else off it probably for the rest of the day. So all I can really do is just sort of sit it out and hope that the fish come back onto the spot. But really gutted. Don't think it was a huge fish, but it doesn't matter. First carp 2012, you don't really want to lose it, do you? But very odd though. You know, I've never really lost many fish in here before, so it's, you know, not a very regular occurrence. But there you go. Oh well, that's my latest update. I'm sorry it's not me holding the fish, but there you go. That's what happens. Oh well, we've got another few hours left to see if we can hopefully get a couple more on the spot. Now, as you'll know, if you saw my last video, I've just started a new series which is going to see me fishing out with some of Britain's top anglers and specimen hunters. And what's going to happen is we're going to be picking fish species and then picking a target size and seeing if we can catch it within the session. So as you saw, my last video was the first video of that series, and we were targeting chub with Mark Barrett. And if you haven't seen the video, I won't spoil it for you. You have to watch it and see what happens. But our target was a 5-pound chub. Anyway, pretty much what's happening is those videos are still going to be uploaded in a separate series from what I'm doing now. The video which I'm doing now is just a normal video like I've been uploading for the past couple of years. So they're going to be kept on separate playlists as separate series. My new series with my new series, which you saw in the last video, will be uploaded to a different playlist, so it's clear to you which is which. So these videos will still be uploaded. These ones you see me, you know, carp fishing, tench fishing, you know, just normal videos, they'll be uploaded, as well as some new blog videos which are going to be uploaded every couple of weeks or so, which may not see me catching fish and probably won't see me catching fish most weeks. It's going to be like a little update video which, you know, will allow me to tell you what's going on, you know, if I'm not out on the bank, why, things like that. I'll also show you rigs, bait, you know, spot mixes, stuff like that, you know, techniques, tackle, all that sort of stuff. All the things I get emails and comments about, you know, asking me, I try and solve through those blogs. So there's a big change going on at the moment. As you've seen, they've got a new introduction, and so as well as that, I'm changing the YouTube channel around and everything, just to make it better for you. I mean, like I said, these videos are going to continue to be uploaded, you know, normal videos, as well as that I'm going to blog videos, and then my new series. So there's a lot going on, and hopefully a lot for you, the viewer, to get excited about. But so yeah, that's really why I haven't been uploading a lot recently. The reason for that being exams, obviously. I had a lot of exams recently in January. Then as soon as those finished, we had that horrible weather where everywhere was frozen, and even my local rivers were frozen. So it was that bad and that cold. And think about it, that was only 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago at this time, it was, in the mornings, it was minus 15, and now it's, well, I've got a thermometer with me here. It's 15 degrees now. So, you know, it's a huge difference, and just brilliant, really. So, like I said, that's how the videos are working, for those of you who didn't know or hadn't guessed by now. But I hope you enjoy the new look of the videos, and any comments and criticism is really appreciated. Tell me where I can improve, where I've gone wrong, and how I can change things, really. But that's how it's working, and hopefully that'll work well for you. Well, we've finally got one. I'm not sure how clear this shot's coming out, but I've made sure not to make the same mistake as the last one, where I lost it because I was messing about with the camera. So for that, I'm sorry if the shot doesn't come out very well, but very nice to have one on. My other rod going then. Hope that doesn't go at the same time. Unless it's caught in this line. I think this one might be caught in my other rod's line. It's coming in now. Loosen off the clutch a little bit. So if it wants to go at the net, it can. I'm not stopping it too much. Get that weed off, a bit of weed on the line, which always scares me. Yeah, I appear to have got my other line with it a little bit here. Or I can try and get it in as best I can. It's not a very big fish. It's really, the water's really quite clear today, so I can see everything that's going on then. Just playing around in the shallows now. Let's get you in. Right, come on. Yes. Right, finally got him in the net, so I had to get in the water there to get him, because it's all got tangled up with my other rods. You wouldn't believe the tangle I'm in, but oh well, I've got a fish. And it's a common as well. I don't think it's very big, but first carp 2012. Get in. Right, let's just get the fish out for you. Now, quite interestingly, what you may have heard me saying about while I was reeling in the fish, I thought, oh, look, I've got my line caught round. I can see the other lead. Now, it all looked really weird and everything was everywhere. And in fact, yes, I had got the other line caught round it. But what I didn't realise is I got both lines caught round it. So what I thought was legit capture actually wasn't at all. What I found in this fish, I can't get it for you now, it's down the bank, but found someone else's rig tailing out the back of it. You know, leg core, everything. And you've got to be so careful with fish, you know, make sure knots are tied on properly, and you know that you're not going to lose the fish from snapping the line or something, because, well, it just shows the importance of safe rigs, doesn't it? I mean, so what happened is, my rig must have got caught up with the rig this fish was trailing about with it, like feeding over the spot or something, and luckily it's hooked onto it, so I can bring it in and unhook it. So what I thought was legit capture actually wasn't. It was someone else's fish that got caught up in my rig, but nonetheless, I'm still going to count this as my first fish of 2012, because just look at it, it's such a beautiful fish. It's only a small one, but, oh, come on, very lively. Come on, come on. As I said, very lively. Beautiful, beautiful common carp. Pristine, except from a little dag on the fin. But what a stunner to start the season on. And as I said, I think even though it didn't take the bait. I'm going to count it because just look at it, it's beautiful, isn't it? And 14 pounds, and makes up for that fish I lost earlier. But what a lovely, lovely fish. Beautiful. Just such rich colours on them, and that's why we go winter carping, isn't it? For these lovely fish, and it's just look at it, such a long fish. Just a shame it was spoilt by some other angler who didn't tie the knots properly. But you know, it happens to all of us. You can't really have a go uphill for it. You know, everyone's had lost fish and things, so you know, just it's good that I got it, isn't it? Really. Right, I think this fish has been through enough, don't you? 14.5 pounds. Let's slip her back. Well, this is the part we love to see, isn't it? Letting them go, especially after the ordeal this fish has been in. It's nice. It's going to be nice to see it go. Just like to put them back in the mat. Most people do this nowadays, or in their sling. Just letting it regain a bit of strength. Put some water over its gills. Now I can tell you, I put the thermometer in the water and the margins are 9 degrees. But I can tell you, if you go a little bit deeper, it certainly feels cold. Right, this fish should be ready to go now. So what I just do is just dip the front of the mat down, turn the fish up the right way, and just hold her for a bit in the water, just letting her slip over the mat, and she'll go if she wants, just like that. Swimming off like a shark. Oh, pleased with that, because like I said, although it wasn't a legit catcher, catching a fish like that and then removing the danger from it, you know, taking the hook out of its mouth, good stuff. That's what we like to see. Well, I was just saying that that fish had another rig attached to it. Let's see if I can get it out. Here's the rig. But then, would you believe it? The bit of weed I thought I had on was in fact this. It was a complete entanglement of, I think there's about 2 rigs in there, but just have a look at that, and it's just unbelievable, isn't it? Again, I'm not saying it's like someone's fault, you know, you can easily snap off, but it's just, that fish was towing this. I'm so glad I had it, because if I hadn't caught that, you know, but they don't fare too well, do they? I mean, that fish had already had a bit of a messed up mouth, and that could have been from something else, not this, but the chances are, you know, looking how fresh it looks, very, very, very pink and fresh, where the mouth had all deteriorated. Like, actually, it was from that rig being attached to it. And think about it, you got a 2 ounce lead attached to it anyway. You then got another 2 ounce lead and all this. So, yeah, just thank God I hooked it. But anyway, it's about half an hour later now since I've had that fish, half an hour to an hour. Been sitting there untangling all my rigs and stuff. Recast both rods because I had to cut the line, restart on my rods as well because it caught up with both of them. God knows how I managed to get that in, but there you go, I did. So that fish should be better now. I just hope there's not too many more like that in here, because clearly this water isn't coping with the extra pressure we've seen over the last couple of years very well. But then again, I've got to stop jumping to conclusions, you know, it happens everywhere, it's a normal thing. But just thought I'd show you that, I just found it quite amazing. Right, rod's back out, put a bit more bait out. Don't know if I'll get another fish today after all that, but yeah, that's how it goes. Well, it's come to the end of the session now, and really enjoyed myself. Been a bit of an odd session really, isn't it? You know, with the odd hooking of that fish. But we helped the fish out, so that's nice and safe now. And you know, it's been, like I said, a bit odd. I've had that odd hooking. I've also lost a couple as well. And I've had a couple of missed runs. I think that's just me trying to get used to these odd winter runs. I think a few tweaks and changes might need to be made to my my rigs themselves, because clearly something's going wrong if they're not hooking, or hooking properly at least. But you know, I haven't blanked. In my mind, I haven't blanked anyway. And first fish 2012, so first session and first fish, it really can't be bad, can it? You know, I haven't blanked, so that's really what matters at the end of the day. It's been quite good fun just coming down for a day session. Something that I don't really do down there. I don't think I do it enough, you know. I think coming down for a day session, you come down with a completely different mentality to what you do with a night or a 2-nighter. You know, you think, I'm going to be a bit more light, going to move. You try different things, and that's what catches you the fish. So definitely something you're going to hopefully see more in the future. A few more day sessions down there. Anyway, I better get these rods in and go home. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Tight lines.